All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is the final night of the Gold Cup Race of Champions here at the Silver Dollar Speedway in Chico, California. Well, here's a look at the racing surface from turns 3 and 4. Just walking up here to check things out. This is the 4th straight night of racing at the Silver Dollar Speedway. So I'm expecting things this afternoon just to kind of go quickly. It's been 100+ degrees every single day. There's been a lot of laps around this place, and man, you can only do so much as a track prep crew. I mean, these guys have been working their tails off, and they have some of the hardest conditions to race in. So we're really going to keep an eye on this surface tonight and see what this finale brings us. Right now, obviously things look wet, but they're just getting it prepared for what's to come here in a few hours.
We know good for 2 days. I don't see any difference tonight. Just remember, the car sets the pace for
We just hot lapped here to open up the finale of Gold Cup. Lots of cars on track, so kind of hard to judge. You know, you don't have a lot of room to run the lap that you're looking for, but felt like we were just a little bit snug. The racetrack has quite a bit of grip right now, and it's almost like this cloud cover rolled in on top of us. Like, it was so hot all day, and now that it's race time and it's cooling off, like, I don't know, that might honestly keep some of this grip around. I feel like the track has like room to improve. Like, it's basically like that would be considered that early. Like, there's still some grease in spots. So anyway, we're rolling off from 5th in a heat race. Top 3 transfer to the A main event, the rest go to the B's and the C's. So we're just trying to make necessary adjustments because we're behind cars just to be free enough. If we can't roll around early, you know, you can end up in difficult positions here at Chico. So we're just trying to give ourselves the best opportunity here, rolling off from row 3 to attack right away and do what we got to do. So we started 5th there, finished 5th. Sucks. The first start, I actually thought I fired off a little bit better. The second time by, I just couldn't, just didn't get turned as good on the initial takeoff. Kind of came off of turn 2 and 5th, right behind basically the transfer car, 3rd and 4th, and they kind of battled it out, and I was just right there behind them. I was never really in striking distance, but felt like I could reach out and just about touch them. We made some changes from hot laps, and we definitely got the car freed up a little bit, but still at racetrack, I'm not saying it's impossible to pass by any means. It's just got a lot of fast cars out there, right? So, and we just need to keep being better. That's kind of been the name of the game all weekend, right? And it's just like anything, you know, you get behind, and track position is just a big deal. So racetrack's starting to take a little bit more shape. 3 and 4 is a little bit faster, and like more, everyone's kind of fighting for similar real estate, where 1 and 2, you know, everyone's kind of just getting to the top, right? That's just where it's kind of slicked off, and everyone's kind of just leaning on the cushion, which is almost to the edge. So we're gonna make adjustments now for the B main event and just try to keep taking another swing at it, keep improving. But yeah, it's tough. Even I think if our race car is really good, it's just not easy coming from row 3 in a heat race like that. So we'll again keep working on it. one thing I will say, we didn't give up all weekend long, guys. We fought really hard, even in that B main event there, even though a lot of guys were running down low on the inside. That was kind of the place to be, and it kind of made it a little bit more difficult to pass. We started 7th, finished 6th. On the score sheet, that looks like a boring race, but honestly, it actually wasn't. The battle in front of me for 4th was really close, and I was just trying to be there as those guys started running, and I was close, but I could never capitalize. They didn't really even make a lot of mistakes, but could never capitalize really on them trying to be side by side. I was running the bottom because, again, that just kind of seemed like the lane to be in. It just dirtied the rest of the racetrack, and there was a lot of grip down there from when they worked it in between the break. And every time I got close to them and tried to run the top in 1 and 2, because that was the spot where they were both on the bottom, I could make really good corner entry speed, but by the center off, the cushion almost just falls off the racetrack, and I think we could have been better set her off the corner on the top, and I couldn't get down the straightaway, and I lose everything I gained. So that kind of hurt us, and again, I just think that we were better on the bottom than the top, so we just didn't have that other lane to move around to get those transfer spots. So anyway, Chico's a really tough place. It's unfortunate we're not in the Gold Cup. It definitely sucks, but I don't know. It is what it is as a team. I'm glad our car's in one piece. Just a really hard weekend, a lot of really good cars, and again, we're not where we want to be, but add to our notebook, and all you can do in this sport, guys, is keep pushing forward. So 2 spots out of making it into the big show. Well, all the rigs are leaving. The Gold Cup is complete. Cory Day got his 3rd Gold Cup in a row, and it was an interesting ending. The racetrack ended up taking heavy rubber, super abrasive before the halfway point, so they kind of ran around for 25 or 30 laps, just, you know, fairly locked down. A lot of guys blew tires throughout the race. There's so many tires sitting on the racetrack, or not sitting on the track, sitting in the pits, just bald, you know, not much life left in them. Here's kind of a look. You can see how the cushion built up here in turns 3 and 4. 1 and 2 was kind of the same way. With how they've kind of been messing with this configuration, the cushion pushes up pretty far and just kind of gets kind of flat. It seems like it's tough to make it work for long periods of time, and then that's when, you know, the surface gets kind of hard, and a lot of guys, you know, started moving down, and then eventually it just worked its way all the way around here, where then, I mean, it was, like I said, super rubber. Now, as far as our team, we are, I feel like we're in a spot, man, where we're just trying really hard, you know. We're definitely, it's never from a lack of effort. We're trying to build, and again, like you always say, like, you're not exactly where you want to be, but you're working hard to continue to take the right steps. And on a weekend like this, of course, we want to be in the show. We expect to be in the show. I will say, obviously, our engine trouble on our opening night put us behind points-wise, and that was a hard hole to dig ourselves out of. Did we completely maximize every situation? No, but, you know, never want to start the weekend like that. So that made things tough, but overall, Chico is just a tough racetrack, and it's a place that I definitely want to work on our consistency and just getting a package that we feel a little bit better to where we can attack and be more aggressive than we were. And I'm just open and honest with you guys, man. It's just, it's a tough sport. I won't lie. It's really difficult. Again, there's just some odds and ends with the team right now that we're working through, and Carly's working her tail off, and my mom and dad and Matt, our partners, again, like, we wouldn't be where we're at without everyone just giving it 110%, and that's really all we know how to do. So keep working at it, and at the end of the day, all you can do is just really keep racing, and that's what we're focused on. We got more racing coming up this next week as we get a little closer to home, and some racetracks I definitely feel super confident at. Feel like we're gonna have a really good chance to, you know, get to test these high limit guys, put them to the full test, you could say. So thank you guys for supporting us and through the highs and the lows. But tonight, you know, I thought it was okay. We kind of tried to do the best with what we could with where we were at, and again, just got to keep taking those steps to be one level better than before. So we'll see you guys all in the next video, and that's going to wrap up our Gold Cup this year with High Limit in 2025. Deuces.